Yeah, that's a good first half. So, Mickey, now here's the question.
Your use of adjectives is just amazing.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just,
Well, I think what it is we want to keep it sort of reserved for now because we were treated to, as you said, a good first half. We still have 30 minutes in front of us. I have no reason to believe it'll be any different, but I bet these two teams are thinking, how do we get an advantage and stay with it? Because momentum is swung both ways.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats. So, jammer penalties 4 for Rocktown, 2 for Dixie. Total penalties per squad, 14 for Dixie. So that's 12 blocker penalties, 11 for Rocktown. So you do the math. It's kind of one of those ones where, like I said, you were seeing the Rocktown blockers pretty much staying out there, and when they did leave the track, it was generally only a single blocker. You never saw pairs going on. It was just single blockers. Now you would see that with Dixie having pairs of blockers leave. There's only one player in either squad that's kind of crossed that little kind of line. That's number 4 for Dixie, sitting on 4 penalties.
That's the official term.
Yeah, it's not bad yet. It's when we start hitting the 5 in the first half.
Well, when we start to say whoa, then we know.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those ones. So it's like, well, it's 7 penalties total to have you go take a seat and be a fan.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. But the other side of it is our leading scorers right now for Dixie. It's Weeble, and for Rocktown, it's what you see out here in track number 4, Allie Macon. Able to press the advantage there and grabs lead to start off the second half.
Gets it done, picks up a quad penalty to the penalty box. Allie Macon with an assist. Able to make the 4-point pass. 4 points go up for Dixie as well. As our first jam of the second period is a wash. And we will reset.
So we're going to tell you what some of the prize packages are once you go and vote for your fan favorites. We're going to have a 2-plush Fat Bats game package from the Deep. Family 4-pack skate pass here at Incentive Complex. That's one of them. We're going to have a Scentsy package with home fragrances, cozy blanket, origami owl necklace, and the last one is a Dixie Derby t-shirt and a $50 gift certificate to Blue Rose Tattoo.
Violet Streak jamming for Rocktown. It is Cupcake Kamikaze for Dixie.
Did you say there was a raffle for Blue Rose?
And we're seeing a separation of these two teams now as the deep draw back brings Cupcake Kamikaze back again to the jam line. Lead jammer status going to Rocktown and Violet Street.
Cupcake Kamikaze drawn back by Rocktown. That opens the door for a possible pass for points for Violet Street.
And Dixie able to set down into their defense right now, getting picked off a little bit for offense here at the front, but able to recycle around it. Rocktown effectively using long drawbacks on the recycle.
Dixie's wall of 4 doing some good work as the jam is called. 4 points were picked up, and we have yet another lead change.
Yeah, it's one of those instances where kept moving their feet a little bit, kept the distance. Only getting the one pass out here, so this is kind of how we saw it the first half. Neither team being able to really break anything open, just kind of continuing to steadily do their defense, let the jammers grind it away.
And looking to do that again, Terrence Skirts for Rocktown facing off against Weeble, the game tie scorer. Left to right and back to left is Terrence Skirts, 1 to beat.
And that little bit of defense bought some time, able to break Weeble out to grab the lead. First looking again at those double releases, so it's just going to be these one and dones.
2 points on that pass for Dixie. 103 to 102, 26 minutes, 46 seconds.
I have a feeling if you're going to try and play the adult version of the lead change game, you might need to call a Lyft or an Uber.
I was going to say, I'm going to just continue with my water. As we have Allie Macomb on the line for Rocktown. Wiley Coyote for Dixie.
See, a nice little good help block there coming here at the back for Rocktown. A nice little pile in and hold it down with a little kickback there from an edge blocker. And saw Panama Crack be able to seal off the back cut. But now driving that defense forward.
Panama Crack forcing that wall to go down, but the pass is made. Wiley Coyote. Lead jammer.
Yeah, that separation bought some space there for that Dixie defense to maintain their integrity. And a quick pass there, going to throw 4 points unanswered up on the board.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
107-102. Hey, and we just had 4.5 go by.
Next jam getting set. Terrence Gertz for Rocktown. Prepared to face off against Weeble.
I'm also very partial.
It's understandable.
So we're going to set up here quick as the 5-second call comes into play. Dixie going ahead and taking the rear wall. See a mini militia now out there in the blocking core for Dixie. BOA being driven out to the front, maintaining that gap space there. Gets shaked and baked there in the apex. Lead now going for Rocktown.
Both jammers in position to score, and a call-off signal is made. 1 point is awarded to Rocktown.
Speaking of 1 points, there was 1 point, if people didn't notice, at the end of the half that was assessed for Dixie on that final jam. So we're looking at a 4-point differential here, as we have now had close to 6 minutes go off the clock. We're going to have number 350, Cupcake Kamikaze for Dixie. Number 21, a Violet Streak for Rocktown. Once again, these respective teams, Dixie in black and Rocktown in white. Black takes lead, and that is Cupcake Kamikaze.
Backside of the pack, drawn back is Violet Streak, who now plays defense.
So now we're starting to see a consistent setup between these two teams in their jammer rotations. Jammer versus jammer has been consistent through the first 6 jams, 3-3. So we're going to see what these defenses are now going to do as they start seeing a consistent run. And hey, we're seeing it right here, the tough defense from both these squads, just absolutely left to right banging hits.
Big attempt at a block there by Teacher Lesson. Cupcake Kamikaze able to pass. We have a cut track penalty now on Rocktown. Makes this a power jam for Dixie Derby.
That's going to be the 3rd penalty assessed to Violet Streak. Of course, once again, this Rocktown defense has shown a good ability to withstand the offensive assists for Dixie. And we're seeing it right now, the ability to just kind of snake around the contact.
They're cascading forward, but the pass is made. But from our vantage point, Speaker, that was beautifully done to cut some seconds off of that power jam.
Now once again, hard contact here at the back from Panama Crack against Cupcake Kamikaze. And we're going to get a direction now called against Panama Crack. 1 blocker less on the track now for Cupcake Kamikaze. Of course, we are now seeing 0-1-2 Brick Wallace sliding in there, able to grab a couple of points. Sorry, 1 point there at the end.
12-1 jam in favor of Dixie Derby Girls, 119-104, 15-point lead as we approach 22 minutes in this second period.
And I want to recognize our diehard fans, Akuna Moscato, Raymond Ainer, Terry Boucher, Chris Stree Gibson, Larry Landon, Deb Shepard, Sarah Woods, Dixie Hansen, Eric Hansen, Papa Valens, Bubba Valens, and Wiley's mom.
Wiley Coyote jamming for Dixie, facing off against Allie Macomb. And a cut track penalty now on Wiley Coyote. Power jam opportunity for Rocktown.
That is the first jammer penalty going to a skater that is not Mini Militia for Dixie. So far playing a clean game from the rest of the Jammer Corps. We're going to get an opportunity to see what kind of offense Rocktown's going to run. Looks like they're doing the delay contact and run forward, able to swing those hips through. Was number 4, Allie Macom.
Because of the distance that Allie Macom had to pass, that's going to minimize the ability to pick up Grand Slam points. And the jam is called.
I will say it's a bit of a surprising call off there from Allie Macom, considering that Mini Militia, not Mini Militia, Wile E. Coyote had not actually made a clean pass through the track yet.
We stand at 10 points separating these two teams, 119 to 109, as Terrence Skirts once again jamming for Rocktown, facing off against Weeble.
Can you talk about how hot Dixie looks for the
Yeah, once again, consistently seeing the same jammer matchups, jam after jam now, here in the second half. Not a surprise of what these teams are going to face.
Terrence Skirts pushing forward against the free wall that now bridges forward. And Weeble picking up the lead jammer call on the inside line.
Yeah, and right there, that was a situation where an actual forearm for a blocker assisted the jammer's ability to break out. So sometimes, it's not the prettiest action, but hey, the result is pretty.
It's effective, absolutely. Make that 4 points on that pass, 123 to 109, as we're under 20 minutes now to start the second period. Approaching the line for Rocktown, it is number 4, Allie Macom, facing off against Wile E. Coyote.
And yeah, if this excites you, this gets you interested, you want to come out and do this, Dixie Derby is always recruiting skaters, refs, and volunteers. Come to practices here at Insanity on Sundays from 5 to 7. For more information, catch us on Facebook or send an email to info@DixieDerbyGirls.com.
Quickly picking up lead jammer is Wile E. Coyote for Dixie. Strong push forward, puts up 4.
And first time seeing the jammer star ahead. Ditchison, the captain, taking the duties there, but not before the call-off is made.
There's something to be said for that powerful way in which Wile E. Coyote breaks through the pack. She doesn't do the normal sort of bring your elbows in. She lets her that arm swing carry her forward, and she's able to avoid any penalties. So beautiful pass there at the end by Coyote.
And we're going to have number 012, Brick Wallace, starting here at the jammer line for Rocktown. Cupcake Kamikaze for the Dixie Derby girls here in jam number 10.
First time we've seen Wallace with the star for Rocktown, and a cut track penalty makes this a power jam opportunity for Dixie.
Now, it was a quick back step there coming from Pitya to get the jammer to step in, not realizing basically she was there in the periphery and then disappeared so quick. But we are seeing Rocktown able to get the deep recycle to buy that time themselves right now.
Once again, showing that effective defensive play. And a nice force down there by Rocktown.
And over the years, you'll see this from Cupcake Kamikaze, realizing sometimes it's just, hey, you know what? I'm going to get out clean at the front. I will take the no pass. I can still score points. I'm going to trust my defense to do the job because they already did. And it happens again. Quick out of the box and into the track. A back block is going to give Dixie another opportunity for a power jam. Once again, we're thankful always to have Hemsey here on site to manage our, let's say, emergency medical needs. And thankfully, Catatata able to get back up off the deck. Had a little mix up there, trying to make the the jammer penalty call while following her jammer ended up running into Cupcake Kamikaze, who had been run into and sent to the deck on the inside.
These things can happen, but it's the frenetic pace of this sport, which of course makes it exciting, and of course the work that the referees do both on the inside and outside portions of the track really show how much athleticism they need to have to do their role. So again, so much goes into this sport that we love.
Yeah, and we've seen it before where back in the day when this first got started, it was kind of people who just kind of were able to skate. Sometimes were some of the officials. I mean, they knew the game, but they didn't really train as hard on the skating side of it. Now we've seen that progression where, I mean, you really do have to be a quality skater to be out there and be a skating official.
Indeed, it's a testament to the evolution of the sport and all of what goes into it in terms of not only making the gameplay better, but also every aspect of it.
Let me ask you, do you know things about Star Wars?
I know some.
Well, if you were actually here come Thursday, July 19th, you can test your Star Wars trivia at Sidetracks, hosted by Trivia Masters at 6 p.m. If you think you know Star Wars trivia, come catch us Thursday, July 19th at Sidetracks.
And may the force be with you as we get back to the track for this next jam.
And the power start lead goes in favor of Dixie. Number 12, Weeble. Gonna have an opportunity to see what they can do once again against this tough Rocktown defense.
Weeble left to right to the outside and a successful pass for 5.
Yeah, being here in Huntsville, the Madison area, we're able to see our junior team play, and you see a lot of the young juniors be able to do that little dip up and under. You don't see it quite as much out of the adult teams. That time, that was straight power move by Weeble to get through that pass.
Weeble adding to her point total for this game as another whistle sends Rocktown jammer Brick Wallace back to the penalty box. Power jam Dixie.
So we had seen Rocktown go with a steady diet of jammers, decided to mix it up with Brick Wallace. You know, this could be one of those moments where they were looking to have that, you know, decided advantage, somebody that the Dixie defense hadn't become familiar with. And it looks at this point, currently in the last 2 jams, that has kind of gone against them.
Kind of is a good way to describe it. 5 more points go up, bringing Dixie Derby Girls to 150, the biggest lead of the game. But still, 16 minutes, a little bit less on the clock, Speaker.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw a moment early in the game. We saw a 36-10. You know, so we're looking at 26 points. You know, the difference. Of course, like I said, this is far greater than that. But like we're seeing right now, Rocktown taking the timeout, and after they took that timeout, we saw a swing in that momentum. I mean, they really changed their fortunes with that timeout. So will they get a replay here in the second half of that timeout success?
We will be looking forward to figuring that out. Right now, though, I think it's a good time to check the pulse of our audience. If you like what you're seeing, let's hear you. I love that sound, Speaker of the House.
Yeah, I will say I do like us being in this venue because of the ability to have these fans kind of tiered up like this. So instead of their yells and their screams and maybe hitting the back of the heads or the bodies of their fellow fans and getting absorbed that way, it's now able to project out here onto the track. And you know, every player will tell you the fans really can make a difference for them in just, you know, how much they get juiced up and just jazzed for being out there.
Well, and, you know, there's also a lot to be said for I have to say this for the venue. I came in, and this is going to date myself, but the very first thing I thought was like, am I on the set of American Gladiators? Because this is amazing. I love this venue. Yep,
it is. It's that red and that blue and that yellow. There's all combined together. And, no, we're in the adult game, so I'm sure some of the adults will recognize that. If we had just made that comment during the juniors game, they'd have been like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that silly thing I see on YouTube every now and again? Okay.
Next jam getting set. Wiley Coyote with the power start for Dixie.
Now, once again, Wiley Coyote been having a bit of a tougher time here towards the end of the first half and here in the second half. They're trying to make their way through.
Panama track for Rocktown has had some key blocks and has slowed down the progress of Wiley Coyote, who now picks up a backlog penalty to report to the penalty box. Power jam opportunity for Rocktown.
And of course, with that being the star pass, there will be no lead jammer assessed for this jam. So here's going to be the difference. We just saw a 20-point jam in the last one, courtesy of a power jam. Now, will Rocktown be able to match that, right, with that nice little turn of the hips and straight up through the middle? We're seeing it. They've already halved into that 20 points that Dixie was able to grab in that last jam.
Allie Macomb does not seem to be losing any step whatsoever. She still looks strong. Despite taking some big hits, she's making big passes.
Yeah, once again, it's that ability to be able to kind of slide sideways, but forward, into contact, keeping the momentum and the trajectory where they want it. That time getting chipped out there by Kutsia, number 495, creating the recycle. Going to give her jammer an opportunity out of the box to get in there and mix it up.
Race 3 wall on the backside, slowing down Allie Macomb. Wiley Coyote working against 3, make that 4 Rocktown blockers.
Now, one of the other things we're seeing right now out of Allie Macomb is the ability to find the side contact on a blocker and being able to move that blocker in the direction where she wants them to go and finding some cutback lanes, but not in this turn of the track.
Another swing of the hips and going through the top portion of the apex for an additional 4 points with Allie Macomb.
And we are going to have a second penalty now being assessed to Wiley Coyote, a track cut call. So what we said, timeouts made the difference in the first half for Rocktown. 19 points up on the board. 2 points were able to be grabbed. So yeah, that's just a minimal difference between those two jams now.
Yeah, 24 points is all that separates these two teams, and we've seen Rocktown overcome that. 13 minutes, 10 seconds, and Terrence Skirts on the line jamming.
Maintain that difference. Watching Mariah Cherry able to pocket into the side of the jammer. Does jam themselves. Maintaining that position up at the front. This BOA now being sent off, but we have a double penalty now. Taking the contact for the back block is going to be sending number 75, Terrence Skirts, off to the penalty box. So, of course, we can't have a jam without a jammer.
That is Wiley Coyote back on the track for Dixie and looking for points. A little bit of a juke, and she is through for the lead jammer call. That was her initial pass, and now in scoring position.
So in 23 jams in the first half, we had a total of 6 jammer penalties in all for both teams. We are 13 in, and we are sitting on 8 in this half.
Wiley Coyote putting up 5, but it took almost the entirety of that power jam to get those points.
Where is the 1 point up on the board for Rocktown? They should have a point. They never broke past. Wiley Coyote still trying to find their way through in this track as the skater is sitting off the track now for Rocktown. Wiley Coyote calling off the jam as taken out to that outside of turn 1. There should not be a point. There should not be a point because she never broke.
Yeah, she, in fact, what she did, they did the initial pass. Official timeout has been called.
And hey, if you got a program, you can look in there and find some of the folks that help to make these games possible besides you, because you're a big part of this. But hey, if you like supporting Dixie Derby and Rocket City Rebels, go and support the businesses you find in your program, like Cornerstone Animal Hospital with Dr. James E. Waite on Slaughter Road. Of course, we got our official Dixie Derby photographer, Choose Your Moments Photography. You can book Shutterstock for your next event. Of course, you can go eat at Jack's. They helped us with the Rocket City Rebel first game.
It's Shutterstruck,
And
not Stock.
Did I say stuff?
Shutterstruck.
Sorry, Shutterstruck. I was
Yes!
being coached over here by Chachi because that's actually kind of hard to say now that I realized that. In one of our new sponsors, North Alabama Psychiatric Associates, PC, They are out on Jeff Road here in the Huntsville-Madison area. Of course, I'm a little partial. One of those is my wife. Been doing this for a long time. I'm able to help a lot of people here in the community. Of course, also helping people in the community is our June charity partner, America's Run for the Fallen. They're blazing a tribute trail across our nation, spanning 6,000 miles over 4 months, recognizing nearly 20,000 fallen service members since the USS Cole. The race began April 7th, but you still can be a part of this. Volunteer, run, donate, or engage. Visit our folks over here at the table at the end of the track. And you can also go runforthefallen.org. Okay, we can talk about some folks. I'm starting to lose it.
Is this a sponsor?
Yeah, they're one of the things. Or you can just read off some of these right too. See what it is.
I'm live.
Do keep in mind that Dixie Derby Girls is recruiting skaters and refs. Come to practice at Insanity Complex. That's right here on Sundays, 5 to 7 p.m. For more info, send Dixie Derby a message on Facebook or email them for information at info@dixiederbygirls.com. Speaker, I mean, enough can't be said about what a prime organization Dixie Derby is, and being part of it is so exciting because you get to become part of the roller derby family worldwide. And Dixie Derby is one of the best places I know where this sport can be played.
Well, you know, you're one of those people who have met the worldwide roller derby family, which we're glad to have you here today. And oh, hey, taking the track for the first time, joining the Jammer Star at the initial number 143 Whip Squeak. Of course, is taking the jammer duties a couple times as the pivot. Going alongside Rocktown's number 21, Violet Streak. Violet Streak having no pass there after breaking the pack.
Lead is still open as Violet Streak becomes the jammer of note and straight through the pack picks up 5 big points for Rocktown.
Rocktown continuing to hold down a tough defense there, taking first time jammer Whip Squeak, able to get into the pack. Coming through, and now we see a track cut call being assessed against Whip Squeak. An opportunity for Rocktown, already with 10 points on the board, for a power jam.
Violet Streak able to make short work of the defensive walls of Dixie, now looking for more. Dixie Derby Girls, though, taking turns, taking shots at Violet Streak.
Call going against Asian invasion, but that does create a bit of a recycle there. Tootsie able to drag back, not able to chip that hip in to stop the momentum of Violet Streak, putting another 5-point pass up onto the board. 161-144. No lead is safe in this game.
Absolutely not. Violet Streak looking for more and has time to do it. Four more points on that pass, closes the gap to a mere 13 points. Dixie Derby's Whip Squeak with 4 on the board as that jam comes to a close.
And with those last 2 points on that turn and drag, that now is the largest jam for Rocktown. It's standing at 21, the previous highest point total. Hey, it was 2 jams ago at 19.
165 to 150, 8 minutes, 49 seconds. The clock is moving. Allie Macomb jamming for Rocktown. Wiley Coyote for Dixie.
And once again, we're seeing the Rocktown defense really be able to get in there and double up on the contact. Lead once again going for Allie Macomb. Allie Macomb being very successful here grabbing lead. Of course, that lead now is going to come with a power jam opportunity as a penalty going against Wiley Coyote.
5 points right at the outset for Allie Macomb. 155 to 165. Next pass looking to be on the inside. as Rocktown puts up 5 more.
So we are now just looking at one grand slam difference between these two teams. That's one turn of the track here with the jammer in the box.
4-wall on the front side. Dixie momentarily slowing down Allie Macomb. Assist given by Rocktown's number 24, Leviticus Maximus, making that last pass possible as the jam comes to a close. 7 minutes, 24 seconds, and we are tied. Speaker 165 all.
So yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
People think I'm nuts for traveling as far as I do. This is why I do it. I know this is why y'all come. Let's hear it for both of these teams, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I gotta say a lot to Magali Kutsia and Cupcake Kamikaze helping to form the games we've had this year here at home. A lot of these have been these types of games, so really good matchups we've had. That doesn't come by accident. And it's no accident right now that Rocktown was able to grab the lead. Strong push there to finish that off by Terrence Skirts.
Weeble, though, recovers nicely with a quick pass. Terrence Skirts puts up 4.
This is a good game.
To quote my neighbor Chachi, this is a good game indeed. 169 to 165. Speaker, we said at the half, the last 30 minutes would decide it, and it looked for a moment like it had been decided early, and yet here we stand, 4 points separates these two teams.
Now I'm going to call it again, that timeout. The effective use of the timeout, they took it there at jam number 11, and since then it has been just a march by this Rocktown team.
Violet Streak jamming for Rocktown. Violet Streak, lead jammer.
So in the last 4 jams prior to this one, we have been looking at a 15 to 60 advantage for Rocktown. And at this jam's conclusion, make sure you have your tickets. If you voted for a fan favorite, we are going to announce the winners of our raffle. So make sure you go over to our... Sorry, looking at some of the bodies falling there. Taking a moment. Make sure nobody was injured. Take it over to the tables to claim your prize at the conclusion of this jam.
Jam is called. We'll get a final point update as 9 points go up for Rocktown, 4 for Dixie, 178 to 169.
Mel just took it and got up like a champ, dude.
So prize pack number 1, 95836. 95836. Take your ticket, go down to the end.
Rocket City
Prize
Mel.
pack number 2, 95862. That's 95862. And prize pack number 3, 95849.
Once again, picking up a lead for Rocktown, it is Allie Macomb.
And another penalty being assessed to Wiley Coyote. That has now been 5 penalties assessed to the jammer in this second half.
Advantage Rocktown as 5 points go up on that pass. Persistence has been the calling card of this team. 2-wall on the front side, defending well, but stretch forward. Out of play penalty now on number 4 for Dixie.
You know, I'm gonna say this, Mickey. That can be one of those penalties that can actually be a useful one. That bought time.
It did. 188, 169. The jam continues. Allie Macomb swings the hips once again, pushes through for 5.
And we're seeing here late in this now, there's been a lot of one-on-one blocking for these teams. And coming out the advantage so far has been Rocktown in some of these one-on-one matchups. Game getting a little bit terse here, a little bit extra physical.
Yeah, definitely seeing that tension starting to build as we're under 3 minutes. Now, this difference here, 193 to 169, only 24 points. We have seen time and again Dixie able to put up points fast. The key will be how quickly they can pick up lead jam in this jam.
And we're looking at just 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Both teams sitting on one timeout, one official review, with any ability to stop clock or reassess any penalties. So we're evened up there, and already quickly we're losing one player off the back, just making sure as we have somebody in the box. Going through, Weeble trying to make the breakout. Breakout now happening for Terrence Skirts. Lead dominance being maintained. That is now 6 in a row for Rocktown.
2 minutes remaining on the clock. The pack is moving. Terrence Skirts looking for a pass and takes a big shot from Asian Invasion and calls it off. 3-2 jam in favor of Dixie.
Dixie needs to stop the clock. This is where you stop the clock. Just a reminder, our prize winners are 95836. That's 95836, 95862. That's 95862, 95849, 95849. Those are our winners of our raffle, and at the conclusion of the game, we will announce our fan favorite. Surprisingly, it's kind of overwhelming favorite there, but had a little close competition there, but yeah, there's a definite big winner here, and it's not going to be a surprise to some people.
Clock stops at 1:24. We have an official timeout that was called.
Yeah, I'm going to say it. So we were looking at jam number 11, 150, 109. Okay, 150, 109. So, okay, just some slight math. We're already looking at about 90 points since that juncture, just shy of 90 points since that juncture and that timeout called by Rocktown.
86 points to be exact.
Correct, sir? It's shown out in both halves. Rocktown has effectively used their timeout to kind of change a little something with what they're doing.
Right.
You know, so that's, as a longtime Derby fan, as I'm sure you are too, I'm always fascinated by what it is that's being said or done when you see that type of real effective change come after a timeout.
Well, and especially because the rotation for Rocktown really hasn't changed that much in terms of the jammer setups that they have and that they've used. I think of players like Ali Macomb who have just been so consistent jam to jam. We do have an opportunity right here for Dixie as it is a power start for Weevil. And we'll see what they can do in these last minutes.
Yeah, I guess we had a late jammer penalty called there, and a penalty now being called against the pivot. Lead going for Dixie. But once again, this is going to be a tough go because Rocktown has been very effective at taking out the offense. Not that time.
Well, and the reason is that they are short a blocker, so 5 quick points go up for Dixie. Another quick pass on the outside, puts up 5 more. Terrence Skirts jamming for Rocktown. Weaver with another pass.
You're going to ride this. You're going to finish it here.
Weaver calling it off and gets all 4. Timeout has been called. Speaker of the House, what in the world is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little actually, part of what my surprise there is that we saw the timeout coming from the Rocktown bench. I'm a little surprised at that, I will say.
195 to 190 of what has been an absolutely amazing game by both teams. You're about to witness, well, I'm going to call it, no matter what happens, it's going to be one of the most exciting jams that our sport has seen.
Yeah, one of the things that we were discussing earlier, and at the end of that first half, Dixie taking that second timeout, leaving them with only one stop of the clock outside of their OR, whether or not that was going to come back to get them. This time, I will say, a bit of an assist came from Rocktown on that clock stoppage. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Both teams could actually have it, and it would have done the same thing. But I was a little surprised there. I really will say.
Yeah. So here's where we sit. 18 seconds on the clock. On the line, it is Weevil for Dixie and Allie Macomb in what could be a game-deciding jam. Allie Macomb picks up lead jammer, but forced out. Quick call off. Quick call off.
Call the timeout?
What?
They didn't call the timeout.
What just happened?
They got lead and Dixie didn't call the timeout.
We'll wait for the official word.
Oh, they did not call the timeout. They should have called the timeout. They had the time to call the
Why did they
timeout.
just call it off?
Well, they called it off smartly, but they shouldn't have called
Did
it
she
off.
get
She should
lead?
just let the, she got lead. She let the clock game.
That
It
was
gave them
good.
8 seconds to be able to call off the
that was-
time,
Yeah, it just
and they
ran off.
didn't take it.
That was
In
pretty
all
good
their
for
chaos, nobody was smart enough, nobody was aware enough to take the call. Wow.
Speaker of the House, that is the game. 195 to 190 for Rocktown. Derby fans, let's hear it for both of these teams.
And while we have an opportunity, all the fans in the house, tonight's Dixie Derby fan favorite, number 350, Cupcake Kamikaze, is your fan favorite. Oh my God, I would have been running out of the
That was so intense. Oh my God. Good
What
call.
an intense
Good call.
matchup, Speaker of the House. What a treat as Rocktown takes their victory lap.
That was a good fucking call from them, though, to call it off like that. That was awesome.
She should have let the clock just wind. She gave Dixie 8 seconds call timeout and we didn't do it.
No, but I'm saying